Loaiza presenta.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it. Me be treated.
Good afternoon, teachers. My name is Edwin Ernesto Leon Escalante, and my two classmates and I are going to talk about the most controversial beauty standards around the world. And well, beauty is an international obsession but how we define beauty across the globe couldn't be more different. In an effort to break down beauty barriers, we're taking a look at what being beautiful means at home and beyond the borders. And well, sticking to the shade, in Korea, one of the most coveted traits in Korea is their much sought after porcelain skin. Long admired by women across the globe, the market for Korean skin care and face masks products has surged drastically in recent years, in a bid for women of the West to combat aging and achieve that perfect complexion. And for the women of Korea, maintaining that perfect pale complexion is no small feat, the problematic origins of which trace back in history to a time where tanned skin implied a lower social status. For products to including a skin care regimen that will be a woman perfect. Now I'm gonna talk about India's perception of beauty shifts as the East looks West. The present day standards of beauty in India have taken a turn towards Western ideals, now putting pressure on women to lighten their skin and slide down in a bid to hold court with the women of the West. The desire to conform to Western beauty norms, of course, is a product of colonization. One of the most enviable traits of the modern day Indian beauty is their thick, lustrous hair. One of the most commonly used tricks of the trade Indian women use to maintain their trademark locks is none other than coconut oil. Massaged into the scalp, the oil will provide a deep conditioning treatment and condition your hair back to health. Brazil and the South American standards of beauty. In Brazil, beauty has a lot to do with what's going on south of the border. Large breasts and a wave-like figure are less of a concern than a toned and curvy bottom half. Thicker, more muscular legs and hips are the focus here, with particular attention being paid to, you guess it, the butt. Here, if exercise and diet won't cut it, many women are willing to go under the knife for implants designed to perk up those trademark South American assets. Beyond the physical, Brazilian women are notorious for their free-spiritedness and seemingly effortless sensuality. Despite the work that goes into those enviable beach bodies, there's something inherently sexy and confident about these South American stunners. Take a note from fellow Latina Colombian-born Sofia Vergara, who says, "Confident people have a way of carrying themselves that makes others more attractive to them." Now let's move to Thailand. A dangerous quest for beauty in Thailand. The pursuit of perfection in Thailand is no laughing matter, and many women have paid the ultimate price in their quest for beauty. The ideal Thai woman is an almost comical contrast to the natural traits so many local women are born with. Value here is placed on pale skin, a narrow frame, and pronounced eyes and nose. One valuable and safely attainable beauty regimen to take away from Thailand is their emphasis on protecting their skin from the sun, while their motivations may have more to do with maintaining a lighter complexion than sparing themselves from harmful rays. There's no denying the benefits of to always seeking out skincare products that boast SCPF all year around. Well, this is all for me. I hope you have liked my presentation, and now my classmate will continue talking. Thank you.
Reaching out in Vermont, having an elongated neck has been a standard of beauty for centuries, and it's a goal some of today's women still strive for. We're not necessarily talking about equipment, it's with surgical cosmetic procedure, though we're talking about the practice of lengthening the neck with rings. Women of the type have worn ornamental brass rings for centuries, although the exact reason have been lost in the middle of time. The end result is a world famous, like many types in Africa, they endeavor to stretch their necks slowly a ring at a time, though strange to some. It's one of the oldest type of body modification in world, and one that many women still follow in a few different parts of the world. Some events here in the United States, its origins are the mysterious in Southeast Asia. Historians have been able to date the practice of using neck ring all the way back to the 11th centuries. However, no one has been able to discover a concrete reason why they did. One of the biggest legends surrounding the rings claimed the Vikings wore them as a defense against tiger attacks, which were most likely to be directed at the neck. Another says that it was to protect women from being taken by men of the rival type by giving them a less appealing good look. However, the exact opposite. The truth today has tradition is alive and well in Myanmar, where the look is considered to be beautiful and elegant. Within Africa's Devil tribe, the women of the tribe wear copper and brass rings not only around their necks but around their leg and arm as well. The rings are given to the women by their husband and worn as a sign of faithfulness, and were once removed only after the woman died today. However, the women don't tend to wear them permanently. Girls start wearing their ring early, at the age of 5 years in the Karen or Kayan and Palawan type of Myanmar are fitted with the first rings. Wearing them isn't always an easy task, though the coils, which are typically made of brass, weigh around 4.5 pounds to start with, and then more coils are added over time. In some cases, the coils that were are replaced entirely so that thicker coil can be added in their place. It has been said that many of the girls and women enjoy having their coil changed because it is the only opportunity they have to see that area of their body uncovered. Wearing the rings doesn't just affect the color bones, thought when the rings push down enough, they can actually cause the position of the rib cage to shift as well. Typically, wearing the rings will move the rib cage and the collarbone approximately 45 degrees below where they normally sit in the body. They will also cause the shoulders to slump forward and weaken the muscle in the neck.
Blue Lips Maori people. Now I would like to bring all of you to another adventure or beauty story. Have you ever heard of Maori people. The Maori people are found in New Zealand, but are of Polynesian descent. The Maori have a very distinct and much different picture of beauty than we do. Tattoos, more especially moko, have a lot of meaning in the Maori culture, something many consider here in America to not be flattering is actually a sign of beauty in Maori culture. It dates all the way back to ancient times when tattoos were considered a sign of power and status, and the head was considered the most sacred part of the body. It was originally only for the men and the age they would through puberty to attract women. Women were also tattooed, just not as extensively as men were. For women, the tattoo that was chosen had to have some meaning to it, which contribute to an individual identify. Another type of tattoo for women that was considered to be the epitome of beauty was getting the lips colored blue. These blue lips contribute to much of their beauty. Tattoos on the mouth, lips, or chin are most popular, and is what attracts men to these thousands of miles away from the border of Burma and Thailand. The Maori people of New Zealand practice a sacred beauty ritual. These indigenous people who are of Polynesian descent believe women are more attractive when their lips are chins are tattooed. A woman with full blue lips is considered the most beautiful. A woman with full blue lips is considered the most beautiful and desirable. Maori people practice a painful beauty ritual which is tamoko. Tamoko, traditional Maori tattooing, often on the face, is a taonga, treasure to Maori for which the purpose and applications are sacred. Every moko contains ancestral tribal messages specific to the waiter. These messages tell a story of the waiter's family and tribal affiliations and their social level. And considered as Maori warriors, tattoos or moko will usually be applied on the whole face. Women wear moko on the face too. A woman's moko is worn on the chin as well as occasionally appearing on the forehead, upper lip, nostrils, and today women don't usually get these tattoos on their face, but now on their lower backs, and men on their upper arm. It shows how these times have changed, and the tattoos on the face aren't thought of as being beautiful anymore. This is another example of Western influence in, I think that Western world may be influencing the placement of the tattoos, since tattoos on the face are no longer socially acceptable. I read an article about women not being hired at a cafe just because of the moko she had on her chin, so it's obviously affecting lifestyles of women now that it is not common to have mokos on their face. I thought this was such an interesting thing to be considered beautiful because I had never had anything like it before. It's just cool to see how different countries have a different views of beauty.